What if becoming wealthy starts long before you have wealth? Think about that. Most people believe they must have more money before they can think differently. But what if it works the other way? What if you first develop the habits, the discipline, the mindset, and the character that can create and manage wealth? Because money doesn't automatically make a person disciplined. It doesn't automatically make a person wise. And it certainly doesn't automatically make a person successful. You can give someone more money and they can still waste it. You can give someone opportunity and they can still ignore it. You can increase someone's income and they can still remain financially trapped. Why? Because income can change without the person changing. Real transformation begins when you change. A millionaire mindset isn't about pretending to be rich. It isn't about buying expensive things to impress people. It isn't about showing the world how much you have. It is about thinking differently. Before the results arrive, a person with a wealth-building mindset thinks long-term. They value time. They control their spending. They invest in learning. They develop valuable skills. They take responsibility. They don't ask only, how can I get more? They ask, how can I become more valuable? That question can change your entire direction. Because when you become more valuable, you create more opportunities. When you become more disciplined, you make better decisions. When you make better decisions, your results begin to change. So don't wait until you have millions to start acting like the person who could responsibly manage millions. Start now. With your time, with your money, with your habits, with your thoughts, with your standards. Because wealth is not only something you accumulate, it is something you must become capable of handling. And today, we're going to explore what it really means to act like a millionaire before the millions arrive, and how your daily decisions can begin building the mindset, discipline, and character of the person you are becoming. Now think about this. Before you ever change your bank account, you have to change the way you think about money, because wealth doesn't begin with a number. It begins with a mindset. Most people think, when I have more money, then I'll become disciplined. When I earn more, then I'll start saving. When I become successful, then I'll start thinking bigger. But what if you have it backwards? What if the person you become must come before the results you want? Think about it. If you give more money to someone who cannot manage money, what happens? They spend more. If you give more responsibility to someone who lacks discipline, what happens? They become overwhelmed. More resources do not automatically create better results. The person handling those resources must be ready. That's why don't wait until you have millions to develop millionaire habits. Start with what you have. Start with the money you have today. Start with the time you have today. Start with the opportunities already in front of you, because your current habits are preparing you for your future. Now listen carefully. Thinking like a millionaire doesn't mean pretending that you're already wealthy. It doesn't mean wearing expensive clothes, driving something you cannot afford, or buying things to impress people. That's not wealth. That's appearance. Real wealth is often much quieter. It looks like discipline. It looks like patience. It looks like planning. It looks like learning. It looks like saying, no, I don't need that, even when you can afford it. It looks like choosing long-term progress over short-term applause. That is a different mindset. Now ask yourself, how do you think about money? Do you see money only as something to spend? Or do you see it as a tool for freedom, a tool for opportunity, a tool for security, a tool for building something bigger. The way you think about money changes the way you use it. And the way you use it changes your financial future. Now think bigger. Instead of asking, how can I look successful? Ask, how can I become valuable? That question is powerful because valuable people solve problems. They develop skills. They learn. They communicate. They create. They serve. They improve. And the marketplace rewards value. So don't spend all your energy trying to appear successful. Spend your energy becoming successful. There is a big difference. One requires attention. The other requires development. One impresses people temporarily. The other changes your life permanently. Now understand something. Millionaire thinking is long-term thinking. It asks, what will this decision create 5 years from now? Not only, how will this make me feel? Right now, that's the difference. A short-term thinker sees a sale and thinks, I want it. A long-term thinker asks, do I need it? A short-term thinker sees an opportunity and asks, how quickly can I get paid? A long-term thinker asks, what can I build? That shift can change your direction. Now start practicing it. Before you spend, think. Before you quit, think. Before you make a major decision, think. Ask yourself, does this move me toward the person I want to become? If the answer is no, be willing to say no. Because every yes has a cost. Your time, your money, your attention, your energy. Spend those resources like they matter, because they do. You don't need millions to practice millionaire thinking. You need discipline with the resources already in your hands. Learn to manage $1. Before you dream about managing millions, learn to manage 1 hour. Before you dream about managing a business, learn to keep one promise. Before you make bigger promises, small responsibilities prepare you for bigger responsibilities. So start where you are. Think long-term. Build your value. Control your impulses. Protect your time. Learn continuously. And stop waiting for success to change you. Change yourself first. Because the goal isn't simply to have more. The goal is to become more capable, more disciplined, more valuable, more responsible. And when you become that kind of person, you don't just chase wealth. You become capable of creating it and keeping it. Now think about this. Making money is important, but managing money is a completely different skill. You can earn more and still struggle. You can receive more and still have nothing left. Because wealth is not only about what comes into your life, it is also about what stays, how you manage it, and what you do with it. Now listen carefully. If you want to build wealth, stop treating every dollar like something that must be spent. Treat it like a resource. Every dollar has a job. Some pays for necessities. Some builds savings. Some supports your goals. Some can be invested thoughtfully, and some can be enjoyed. But if every dollar disappears without a plan, you are not managing money. Money is managing you. Now ask yourself, where does your money go? Not where you think it goes. Where does it actually go? Look at your spending. Look at the small purchases, the subscriptions, the impulse buys, the unnecessary upgrades, the things you barely remember buying. Because financial problems are not always created by one huge mistake. Sometimes they are created by small decisions repeated for years. Now think like a wealthy person. Before buying something, ask, do I need this? Does this create value? Will this help my future? Am I buying this because I need it? or because I want people to notice me? That last question can save you a lot of money, because trying to look wealthy can prevent you from actually becoming wealthy. Real wealth doesn't need constant applause. You don't have to prove your financial success to everyone around you. Sometimes financial discipline looks ordinary. You drive the same car. You avoid unnecessary debt. You save consistently. You live below your means. You invest in yourself. Nobody applauds, but your future benefits. Now understand this. A millionaire mindset doesn't mean never spending. It means spending intentionally. Money should improve your life, but it should also support your long-term goals. Enjoy your money. Just don't become controlled by it. Learn the difference between a reward and a habit, between something useful and something unnecessary, between what you want today and what you want most. That is discipline. Now think about saving. Don't wait to see what is left. At the end of the month, decide what you want to keep before you begin spending. Pay attention to your savings rate. Build an emergency reserve. Create financial breathing room. Because when you have savings, unexpected problems become easier to handle, and opportunities become easier to pursue. Now listen, when your income increases, don't immediately increase everything else. Don't turn every raise into a bigger lifestyle. Let some of that increase. Strengthen your future. Save more. Learn more. Invest carefully. Build more options. Because if your income rises and your expenses rise at the same speed, you may never feel ahead. Now, here's another important lesson. Don't confuse wealth with expensive possessions. A luxury car can be expensive. A large house can be expensive. Designer clothes can be expensive. But expensive doesn't automatically mean wealthy. Wealth is what you keep and what you build. So focus on assets, not appearances. Focus on skills. Focus on savings. Focus on productive opportunities. Focus on long-term growth. And always learn before making financial decisions you don't understand. Now think about your money as an employee. You work for money, but eventually you want your money to work toward your goals too. That takes patience. That takes knowledge. That takes discipline. And it takes time. Don't chase quick riches. Build steadily. Learn consistently. Make thoughtful decisions. Because real wealth is usually built quietly. One smart choice after another. So manage your money like it matters, because it does. Know what you earn. Know what you spend. Save with purpose. Spend with intention. Increase your value. And think long-term. You don't need millions to start managing money like a millionaire. You need the discipline to manage what you have as if your future depends on it, because it does. Now think about this. Your future is not created by one big decision. It is created by the things you do repeatedly, your habits, the way you spend your mornings, the way you use your time, the way you handle money, the way you respond to problems, the way you learn, the way you work when nobody is watching. That is where your future is being built. Now listen carefully. You don't need millionaire-level money to build millionaire-level habits. You can start today with what you have, because habits don't require wealth. They require repetition. Start with your time. A person who wants extraordinary results cannot constantly give ordinary attention to distractions. Your time is valuable, maybe more valuable than money, because money can be earned again. Time cannot. So protect your mornings. Plan your day. Know what matters. Do the important work before the unnecessary work Don't allow your entire day to be controlled by notifications, entertainment, and other people's priorities. Decide where your attention goes. Then protect it. Now think about learning. Successful people keep developing themselves. They don't say, I already know enough. They stay curious. They read. They study. They listen. They ask questions. They learn from people who know more than they do. Because the moment you stop learning, you begin limiting what you can become. So create a learning habit. Read a few pages every day. Study your field. Learn a valuable skill. Take notes. Then apply what you learn. Knowledge becomes valuable when it becomes action. Now let's talk about discipline. You cannot build a powerful life with weak habits. You have to learn to do what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. That doesn't mean you never rest. It means rest is intentional. Work is intentional. Your decisions are intentional. You stop letting your mood run your life because motivation changes. Discipline keeps you moving. Now build the habit of finishing what you start. This is simple, but powerful. Start fewer things, finish more things. Every completed task builds evidence that you can trust yourself, and self-trust creates confidence. Now build the habit of thinking long-term. Before making a decision, ask yourself, what will this create? If I repeat it for 5 years, that question changes your perspective. One unhealthy meal may not seem important. One unnecessary purchase may not seem important. One wasted afternoon may not seem important. But repeated behaviors become results. Your future is often the accumulated result of ordinary days. So make ordinary days work in your favor. Now build the habit of taking responsibility. Don't blame everyone else. Don't blame the economy. Don't blame your past. Look at what you can control. Your effort, your attitude, your learning, your decisions, your habits, your response. Responsibility gives you power because when you take ownership, you can take action. Now build the habit of surrounding yourself with growth. The people around you can influence your standards. Choose people who encourage learning, discipline, responsibility, ambition, improvement. You don't need to become a copy of someone else, but you should be around people who remind you that more is possible. Now remember, millionaire-level habits are not about acting rich. They are about acting responsibly. Think long-term. Protect your time. Develop your skills. Control your spending. Keep your promises. Learn every day. Finish what you start. Take responsibility. Stay disciplined and keep improving. You don't need to transform your entire life tomorrow. Choose one habit today. Build it. Make it consistent. Then add another. Because small habits, repeated for years, can create enormous differences. The goal isn't to look successful. The goal is to become capable of creating value, capable of managing money, capable of handling responsibility, capable of building something meaningful. So start now. Build the habits that your future success will require. Because before you ever become the person who has more, you must become the person who can handle more. Now think about this. Act like a millionaire, not by pretending you are rich, not by buying things you cannot afford, not by trying to impress people. Act like a millionaire by developing the discipline that can create real wealth. Because wealth is not built by excitement alone. It is built through patience, through purpose, through consistent decisions made over a long period of time. Now listen carefully. Most people want the reward, but they don't want the waiting. They want the result. but they don't want the repetition. They want financial freedom, but they don't want financial discipline. They want success, but they don't want the process. You have to change that. If you want extraordinary results, you must become comfortable with ordinary actions repeated consistently. Save, learn, work, improve, invest carefully, repeat. It may not feel exciting, but that's the point. Real progress is often quiet. Now think about patience. A seed doesn't become a tree because you keep checking it. It grows because you continue giving it what it needs. Your financial life works the same way. You make a good decision today and another tomorrow. You save consistently. You develop your skills. You increase your value. You make thoughtful financial choices. Then you give time a chance to work. Don't destroy your progress because you want everything immediately. Short-term thinking can create long-term problems. Now ask yourself, am I making decisions for today or for the person I want to become? That question matters because sometimes the best financial decision is the one that gives you less pleasure today, but more freedom tomorrow. Maybe you don't buy what you don't need. Maybe you save instead of spending. Maybe you learn instead of wasting another evening. Maybe you build a skill instead of chasing another distraction. These decisions may not look impressive, but they build something much more important: character. Now understand this. Act like a millionaire. Think before you spend. Think before you quit. Think before you make excuses. Ask yourself, does this decision support the future I want? If it does, do more of it. If it doesn't, have the courage to change. That is purpose. Purpose means knowing what matters most and refusing to sacrifice it for every temporary temptation. Now think about discipline. Discipline isn't punishment. Discipline is direction. It says, I know where I'm going, so I will control what I do today. That is powerful because without discipline, your goals remain dependent on your mood, and your mood changes. Some days you feel motivated. Some days you don't. But your purpose can remain. That is why build systems, create routines, automate good financial habits. Where possible, plan your spending, schedule your learning, protect your productive hours, make the right action, easier to repeat. Now remember, you don't need to become perfect. You need to become consistent. One disciplined month may not change your life, but 12 disciplined months can change your direction. 5 years can change your circumstances. 10 years can create a completely different life. That is the power of patience combined with discipline. So don't chase shortcuts. Don't compare your beginning with someone else's result. Don't become discouraged because your progress feels slow. Keep building, keep learning, keep improving, keep showing up, because while others are looking for quick results, you can be building a strong foundation, and foundations are rarely exciting, but they are necessary. So act like a millionaire, not with appearances. With your decisions, be patient, be disciplined, be intentional, protect your time, respect your money, increase your value, think long-term, and keep moving even when nobody applauds. Because the real goal is not to look wealthy. The goal is to become the kind of person who can create wealth, manage wealth, and use it wisely. Act like a millionaire before the millions arrive. Build the mindset, build the habits, build the discipline, and let your results eventually prove who you became. Now think about this. Act like a millionaire. Not because you already have millions, but because you are becoming the kind of person who can create them and keep them. Because creating wealth and keeping wealth are two different skills. You might earn more money, but if your habits remain weak, the money can disappear. You might receive a great opportunity, but if you lack discipline, you may waste it. You might build success, but if you cannot manage it, you may eventually lose it. So the real goal is not simply to become wealthy. The real goal is to become capable of creating value, capable of managing money, capable of making wise decisions, capable of handling greater responsibility. Now listen carefully. Act like a millionaire. Think long term. Don't make every decision based on immediate pleasure. Ask yourself, what will this decision create for me later? That question can protect your future, because wealth is often built through decisions that nobody notices. Saving when others are spending, learning when others are distracted, working when others are making excuses, waiting when others demand everything immediately, building when others are only talking. These choices may seem small, but repeated for years, they become powerful. Now think about your character. Money can amplify behavior. If you are disciplined, more resources can give you more opportunities. If you are careless, more resources can give you more ways to make mistakes. That's why work on yourself. Become responsible. Become patient. Become teachable. Become adaptable. Become disciplined. Because the wealth you create can only be as stable as the person managing it. Now ask yourself, can I handle more? Not just financially. Can you handle more responsibility, more pressure, more opportunities, more decisions, more people depending on you, more success? The answer begins with how you handle what you already have. If you cannot manage $100 responsibly, more money doesn't automatically solve the problem. If you cannot manage 1 hour wisely, more free time won't automatically make you productive. If you cannot keep small promises to yourself, bigger goals become difficult. So start where you are. Master the small things, then grow. Now remember, wealth is not only about accumulation. It is also about preservation. Protect what you build. Avoid unnecessary risks. Keep learning. Make informed decisions. Don't let ego control your finances, and never assume that past success guarantees future success. Stay humble. Stay curious. Stay disciplined. Because the moment you think you know everything, you stop growing. Now think about your future self. Imagine looking back. 10 years from today, what would you want to thank yourself for? The money you saved? The skills you developed? The business you built? The debt you avoided? The opportunities you pursued? The discipline you maintained? Start giving that future person something to be grateful for. One decision today, then another tomorrow. That is how wealth becomes sustainable. So act like a millionaire, not with expensive possessions, with expensive thinking. Think carefully. Learn continuously. Spend intentionally. Save consistently. Create value. Take responsibility. Stay patient. Build for the long term. Because becoming wealthy is not simply about getting more. It is about becoming more. More capable, more disciplined, more valuable, more responsible. And when you become that person, you don't just create wealth. You become capable of keeping it, growing it, and using it to create a better life. Act like a millionaire today. Build the person before you build the fortune. Now let me leave you with this. Act like a millionaire. Not with the clothes you wear, not with the car you drive, not with the things you buy. Act like a millionaire in the way you think, in the way you manage your time, in the way you manage your money, in the way you handle responsibility. Because real wealth begins long before the money arrives. It begins with discipline. It begins with patience. It begins with purpose. You don't need millions to start thinking bigger. You don't need millions to start saving. You don't need millions to start learning. You don't need millions to become more valuable. Start with what you have. Manage it well. Then build from there. Remember, your habits are preparing you for your future. Every dollar you manage wisely builds discipline. Every skill you develop increases your value. Every promise you keep strengthens your character. Every difficult decision can make you stronger. And every day you are becoming someone. The question is, who are you becoming? Don't become someone who only wants wealth. Become someone who can create it, manage it, protect it, grow it, and use it wisely. Don't chase the appearance of success. Build the substance of success. Don't spend your life trying to impress people. Spend your life improving yourself. Think long term. Work patiently. Learn continuously. Save consistently. Create value and keep moving forward. Because wealth is not built in one dramatic moment. It is built through thousands of ordinary decisions, made with extraordinary consistency. So start today. Think like a millionaire. Work like a millionaire. Manage your money like a millionaire. Build habits like a millionaire. And most importantly, become the person who deserves the life you are trying to create. Your future is not waiting for you to become perfect. It is waiting for you to begin. So begin, build, learn, grow, and never stop becoming more capable, more disciplined, and more valuable. Act like a millionaire today, not because you have millions, but because you are building the person who can create them